Hello, welcome back to another episode of Tony Climbs. Back in Santa Cruz, California at Pacific Edge Climbing Gym, and just trying to, not get too shook up by these grades here. Um, all jokes aside though, this climbing gym definitely grades on the harder side, which is totally fine in my book. I think it just should be noted. It might not grade hard as an absolute statement, but it does grade harder than I think I am personally used to at this point with Pacific Edge. Sorry, with Seattle Bouldering Project. Um, but still, very solid climbs. A lot of crimp stuff, so it definitely allows me to train something that I am 100% not used to. And yeah, I think it's a pretty good experience overall to experience some of these climbs here. Started off this session with just a easy zero, nice and crimpy. Moved on to that V1 there, which was also pretty solid. Then I went up to this V2 here. Now this V2 was a little on the harder side for sure. I kept slipping off right here. Did a little reset, mental reset. Jump back on it here. Made that first move, which felt good. I was happy with that. Then as I worked my way up this climb here, grabbed onto that hold there, felt solid, again, very crimpy. Stepped out. I tried to pinch onto that, tried to swing over, didn't work. I was like, okay, there was a lot of new climbs here. Well, every climb was new to me. So I wanted to try to get as many climbs in as possible. So I didn't spend too long on any one climb. But if it was a climb that was interesting to me, I gave it a couple tries. Up next was this orange one there. Very, very crimpy. Honestly, it hurt my fingers to grab onto it. So, unfortunately, didn't really give it a second try. But I did try this orange one here, this V1. Nice, relatively juggy holds for what it is. Kind of moved the feet over, got to the top, felt happy about that. Then I tried this red V3 right here. Really enjoyed it, honestly. Solid climb. Start off with this little like toe hook into the start hold. I ended up not using the toe hook and just kind of stepped against the wall. And then here, swing out, grab onto this massive like undercling. Get the toes and feet onto that hold there. I go underneath here, and then I try to pop up, trying to get my feet right so I can pop up into that hold up there. As you can see, I swing up, I hit it. Was really happy with it. And then I try to go up for the match here, which I shouldn't have because I fall off. But there's a hold you can see right underneath that pink hold there that I could have gone for. Don't go give it another try, but in the future, definitely something that I would have liked to try again. And I planned on going to the gym twice, but I got busy on the Sunday, spending time, my grandma's birthday and everything. So I wanted to rather spend time with her, hanging out, than climbing. But still, really happy with the session as a whole. Obviously, I'm not getting the what I guess what Seattle Bouldering Project would consider like a 3v4, but hey, honestly, really solid regardless. And it's times like this where you don't do amazing, but the important thing, at least for myself, and maybe this will help someone somewhere, is to me it's not always about making the number go up and up and up. It's about kind of like working on all of the little inefficiencies that us climbers develop by only climbing at one gym. And with Seattle Bouldering Project, I've been told in the comments plenty of time that it is a very soft gym. And, after climbing at quite a few different climbing gyms in the US and, just across the world, I can definitely say it is on the softer side, which is, again, totally fine. And also the holds they use are a lot juggier than I would say average. Like this climbing gym here is definitely way smaller holds and way harder grading than average that I've experienced at least. But regardless, this is a great way to like practice climbs and texture and everything that you normally wouldn't get at a single gym. So I do really like this. Now this was an interesting climb here. It was a nice little dyno up to that yellow hold there. I tried it a few times here. The first time I only went with one hand. This time I really commit, go with two. I kind of touch it. I kind of get some hands on it, but I'm not able to fully commit on it. I go up, I give it one more try with the dyno way. I go up there and I don't hit it, fall back. Felt pretty good about it. Then I tried a slightly different way, tried to cheese it a little bit. I tried to stand up and try to static it almost. Didn't quite get it. And again, I didn't want to spend too much time on any one climb, so I was like, okay, I'll come back on Sunday. Sunday never ended up happening, unfortunately. But still made it up here onto this V1. These orange holds underneath. Switch it around. Bump the feet up just a little bit. Bump the hand. Two hands up. Get that foot up and then reach the top. Pretty easy climb there. Then this was actually probably the climb I was most proud of this session. I had never done a V3 in this cave region ever since I started climbing, and this is the gym I first started climbing at before I moved up to Seattle. And so I was really happy to see that I was able to, first time, get in here. I kick the foot out a little bit, get that hand up, and I'm able to do a nice big move up to this side pull, like big hold here. And I was really happy I was able to flash this climb. But the one complaint I have about this gym is they really like setting colors that are very similar to each other when you look from above, like brown and black with the white chalk on them. They look pretty similar to me at least. But besides that, I was able to get to the top. I didn't cheat, touch any holds that I wasn't supposed to, so I was really happy with that. I tried this green climb that starts at the same holds that you saw earlier, and I tried going across, and then as soon as I stood up there, I realized I have no idea how I'm getting over there. So I was like, you know what? My arms were starting to feel it at this point. Because it was so much more crimpy, the forearms go quite a bit faster at this gym. And as I'm like kind of moving along here, do this V0, I completely miss a foothold as you see me touch there, which made it a little bit harder, but I was still able to use my long legs to kind of get around that. Then as I pull myself up here, get that foot up just a little bit so I can stand, and one hand on the top, two hands on the top. Felt solid about that. Up next was this pink climb, which at this point my arms were like pretty tired, and I was like kind of confused at this point, like how I was gonna do this, because this is all just like pressing against the wall, holding yourself on with your feet, making sure your feet stay in solid positions. I got my foot over there. I was able to do that, and I was like, wow, my forearms are crying right now. Really, really bad here. And then I go up for this move. I was like, I'm gonna hit this. Oh, I barely hit it. I'm like grabbing it. That was like crazy right there. It doesn't look that crazy, but I like pinched that hold when it was supposed to be. I was supposed to try to hit it where my hand is actually right now. And I'm trying to take a little break right here, just enough to get my stamina back so I can go and push for the top. I grabbed the top and I was like, wow, okay. That's getting the end of my session right there. So honestly, pretty solid session though, regardless. I was happy with it. Got this last two climbs here. We got this green climb. Just a V1 to kind of like cool down a little bit. Walk my feet up the wall just a bit. Bump that right foot up. Stand up. Grab the top. And match that. One last thing I like to say about Pacific Edge that I really enjoy about it is I really enjoy that they make you finish at a specific spot on the top of the wall. It's not just you can finish anywhere on the top of the wall. They're like, oh, you gotta reach over here. And so obviously on the easier climbs, it's pretty easy where you're going to finish, but some of the harder climbs, yeah, the finish is a little more tricky, which is kind of nice. Tail of the tape here, you know, pretty solid overall session. I don't really know. I don't climb at Pacific Edge often enough to know what a good session for me looks like, but this session felt strong. It felt good. I accomplished quite a couple V3s here. Really happy with the one in the cave. So overall, I felt pretty happy about that. Let me know about any times that you guys climbed at gyms that graded way harder or way easier than you were used to. I'm genuinely curious to hear about that. Yeah, but that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Keep on climbing.